Welcome to the Controlling Cash Flow and Credit Club, where we talk home-based business, income shifting strategy, and credit repair with your host Melissa King, my econ, and Tony of the Tony Clopton Show. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and leave us a comment. Now let's do this.
Hey, what's going on? Can everybody hear me okay?
I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, MK. So if you didn't know, I got me a doohickey Mikey deal from the TikTok shop, plugging in. I ain't figured it out yet, but it sure looks good.
So you still selling your TikTok items?
Yeah, I got a couple of things that I've sold. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all, TikTok, and I know they supposed to be getting rid of it, but man, I done bought some awesome stuff on there for my business.
I know, and this I'm gonna answer my own question. Why they so bound and determined to get rid of TikTok? Because anybody who go on TikTok will be an entrepreneur.
Yep. They do
To
not
what
want to
extent?
promote that. And I'm gonna
Right.
tell you, and it's connected to China as well. So China sells quite a few products through TikTok, and that's what they really mad about. That's all. But anyway, let's dive into why I am here. I am super excited. Let me introduce myself, and then you can tell people a little bit about you. But look, I'm Tony Clopton. I finally got on the show. And tomorrow, I know the weather's supposed to be bad down here in Alabama, but man, I have to get this information out because we're ending our holiday promo. And I said, man, I got to get my people on. 2025 is here, and some people still waiting and playing around with this thing. It ain't but $10. But look, so my name Tony Clopton. I've been in this business for about 10 years, and I'm super excited about this information. Yes, a long time. And we want to talk about this promo that we got going on. And I told my co-host, look, I don't care what you're doing, make some room. We got to get some people in here, right? That's what I said. We got to get some people in here and talk about this business and get some people going. 2025, man, y'all got to get this paper right, because I'm going to tell y'all, Trump is going to tear this country up, and we need to have our finances ready, right?
I agree.
Hey, that's enough about me. My co-host got her hair on. She looking fly, got her earrings on, and she got a whole new a whole lot of thing going on. So I'm gonna let her introduce herself to y'all.
I'm trying to share, yeah.
Okay.
Hello. And your introduction was very shabby. You didn't tell nothing much about yourself.
Yeah, you gotta tell them about you. I can't tell people about you like you can.
But you didn't even tell people about you for real.
I want to say that. I'm trying to say
all right. Let me let you do you. I am Melissa King. I also am a home-based business owner. I'm based in the Huntsville area in Alabama. I too have been in this business for almost 10 years. During my time here, I have learned so much about finances, about my main purpose, which was lowering my taxes, because that was the thorn in my side, them taxes. So I've learned about that. I've learned that I can hire my child. I learned how to make sure my credit score stays above 800. All of that from being in this business. And I owe that to this gentleman sitting next to me, because he introduced me to the business, and I've been in here ever since.
Okay. That's good. That's good. So look, my people out there, we're gonna cut the small talk, because we got to get down to business. So I put out a financial challenge today, and I'm telling you, Melissa, don't tell my wife, but I put up like $1,000 today.
For a small fee, I won't tell her.
Don't tell her. Don't tell her. She ain't gonna
It
understand.
don't
But
cost you.
what I was telling people was, I believe in this business so much, I was willing to cash out people once they join the $10 membership. Once they join, I was gonna cash app it back to them, so their testimony can be like, I joined this business for like,
you got 100% return immediately.
Right. Immediately. I wanted to go dive right into the training and show them how you can actually create a 6-figure income off a $10 membership. But I didn't want the $10 to be in the way of them getting access before tomorrow. I think tomorrow is the deadline for the $10 promo, right? And I just want to see how many people we can get in and see how much of that $1,000 that I could invest, back into our business,
And let me say this.
What do you think?
Let me say this. I am offended. In other words, offended. Because I put myself out there to donate 5 memberships.
Yeah.
That was going to be 5 memberships at $9.95 a piece to help somebody get started. And do you know, nobody took me up on my own.
What do you think it is? So maybe we should get back to telling people exactly what this business is, or maybe it's just like nobody wants to improve their credit or get more money. What do you think the deal is behind that?
See, I don't know. And that's the thing. I will say this. People, and rightfully so, people are always going to be skeptical about anything that involves their finance.
Right.
So I understand that, because I'm like that too. But at the same time, you're talking to people who have real testimonies. We come on here every week and give our testimonies. So, not that make you trust us anymore, but the fact that we've been coming on here bugging y'all for 3-4 years, ought to tell you we sticking to it for some reason.
Right.
And I think people are just skeptical though. And I can understand that from a privacy standpoint.
Right.
Like, you worried about your information getting out. You're not even that type of party, because once you start this business, it's your business. We hands off. We're not personal information. The whole point of the business is to learn about your finances. Knowing me and Tony's finances ain't helping you. That's why we just give you a testimony, let you see what we've done, even though his may be different from mine. But at the same time, even though I got started under Tony can't tell you nothing about my paycheck, my W-4, none of that. Because once he introduced me to the business, I took the ball and started running. And it can be the same for you.
You're right. So let's okay. First off, let me give them like a few, about 5 or 6 bullet points about the company, and then I want you to talk to the people about how somebody, just say, that joins up January 1, and walk them through some of the things that you could do to get to that 6-figure income, using the strategies, and talk about the product. So a little bit about the company, y'all. This year it will be in business for 20 years. This year will be 20 years for the company. The company is called MyEcon. MyEcon is short for My Economy. We don't worry about what's going on in the world, but we talk about how to improve your finances inside of your home, inside of your communities, inside of your churches and schools. So the business has an A+, y'all. It has an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. I heard one of the key leaders always talk about, people always want to say, I want to do my research, I want to check you guys out. Well, we've already been checked out. We have an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. Plus, we're technology driven. That means we can do all of our business online. We don't have a garage full of products. We have products and services that you can use, that anybody can use. And one of the probably the biggest kickers is that they've cash flowed over $1 billion. And that means that people inside of the business are paying off cars, houses, student loan debt. Some people are even leaving their job and utilizing the income that they have to just live the life that they want to live. So, I mean, that's a few bullet points about the business. If you're concerned about, is it trustworthy? Is it reputable? Has it been around long enough? So these are the things that you're going to learn once you get involved. And some of the key leaders the spirit feel God fearing. You're going to meet a lot of them coming in contact with a lot of people. I met a lot of them, even the co-founders, genuine. So Melissa, let's talk about how this business can help somebody from day one, like the first of the year. We're talking about finances, right? Everybody wants to improve their finances. So just give them a little walkthrough about how this company can help somebody starting off with this $10 membership.
Okay, so first let me just say who needs this business. Okay, it could be somebody who is trying to improve their credit score. It could be somebody that's looking for supplemental income. It could be somebody like myself that had tax issues. So basically what I'm saying is this business is for any scenario that where you're having issues with money and you want to learn more about it. The biggest advantage of this business is strategy. You ever hear the phrase, play chess, not checkers? You don't need a strategy to play checkers. But for chess, which I don't know how to play, but chess is more of a thinking game. So when it comes to your finances, and people have been doing it for years, but we tend to say it's not for us, it's for them. Who them and us is, fill in the blank. But this business, let's say you join the membership today. When you join the membership today for $9.95, or if you're nice to us, like Tony said, we cash out you back the $9.95. So you join this business today. So from the jump, you have your own website. You have your cash flow manager, which is the thing to track your expenses and stuff. And this business is completely virtual. So you can operate your business from your cell phone, which means you're taking it with you wherever you go. So you got that your website, you got the cash flow manager, you have a free credit repair kit that comes with the membership. You have an opportunity if you are into travel to join the travel business. All kinds of perks. So the first thing you're gonna do is to get more money in your pocket, and this is not going to be a guaranteed amount for everyone, but once you get started, you get to go from being a W-2 employee, which is when you work for somebody else and you get your paycheck every 2 weeks or every week and they take the taxes out. So that's a W-2 employee. Well, I'm still a W-2 employee, but I'm also a 1099 employee. Well, not really an employee. When you 1099, you have your own business. You calling the shots. You taking the taxes out, this, that, and other. So now that you have this business, it's going to change the game completely for you from a tax perspective. So now you can go back to the W-4, and the W-4 is just the form you fill out whenever you start a job. And based on how you answer the questions, they're going to take taxes out of your paycheck. So a lot of us, I know me personally, I didn't know what the W-4 was. So I came to this business. I learned what it was. I learned how to adjust it as a business owner. And I started bringing home an additional $400 per paycheck. Now I get paid twice a month. So that's an additional $800 a month times 12, almost 10,000 a year, right? So with that money, now I've figured out just like that. I got more money. Now is what do I do with this money? How do I decide what I'm gonna pay this, that, and other? Also, a part of this business, you have what is it called? I just drew a blank.
The strategist.
Yeah, cash flow strategy. So with that, now that you've found your footing and got a little extra money, now it's going to have you put all of your bills in there, all of your savings, just the data, and then based on what you put in and how you choose to pay things off. If you don't have any debt, it's nothing to pay off. How you choose to grow your retirement account or whatever, that comes with the business. So now you're armed with your own business. You've got means to track your expenses. which is going to keep you compliant when it's time to file your taxes. You got the secret to how to keep your credit good. You can sit down, go over there, implement those things. You can sell that as a product if you know people who may not want to start a business, but they need to learn how to repair their credit. Best part about our credit repair system, you do it yourself. You can't get better than DIY when it comes to credit, because this is what happens. If you let somebody else fix it for you and they don't tell you what they did or the 5 things you need to be on the lookout for to keep it from going bad again, you're going to end up right back in that same spot. But when you learn how to do it yourself, that's going to stay with you. And when you start making financial decisions, you're going to already know the consequences. So you're armed with that information. And you're also in a network now with thousands of people from all different, careers or whatever, that are doing the same thing you're doing. Maybe not exactly the same, but when you can network with people, like-minded people, they can share things with you that you ordinarily wouldn't even hear about. So at this point, you ready for the new year. You've started your business, you've adjusted your W-4, maybe you bring home an extra $200 a month. Even if it's just $200 a month, that's $200 more than you had.
Right.
And the biggest part is teaches you the difference between waiting to get that income tax return versus go ahead and get your money now. And we're so accustomed to thinking of a tax refund as this big prize you get at the end of the year, like somebody donated all year. I'm gonna give her a bonus in January. That is the way our minds generally think about it, or at least that's the way mine thought about it, because I didn't know how they came up with what you're gonna do, what you're gonna offer, what you was gonna get. But joining this business made me realize that if I were getting a tax return, which I didn't, it would have just been them giving me back more the money that they took out during the year. Like I said, based on how you fill out that W-4, that's how they decide what taxes come out. If you fill it out and it turns out that you are letting them take out more taxes than they should, at the end of the year, they got to balance the books. So they got to go in and give you back what you overpaid. So think about it like this. You didn't turn it into a savings account, but couldn't you have used that money during the year? At one point when things got tight and you had to start swiping with your credit card, which made your balance go up, which made the interest rate go up. Just think, if you had had that extra money in your pocket at payday, you may not have needed to swipe. You know? So treating it as a savings account is fine if you don't need the money during the year. But I bet you 95% of us could use that money during the year versus waiting to get it at the end.
Absolutely. Because if you got to look at it like this, it's like inflation is still on the rise, right? They say it done went down, but you can't tell when you go to the grocery store and at the gas pump. So you got to think about it. You're in your paycheck, and if you don't have your W-4 adjusted the right way, you're going to be losing a couple of $100 that you probably could have bought groceries for that week. Yet you having to use a credit card to float some debt with interest, what's going to have you in a worse situation. And now you waiting on a refund check. Now, imagine how many people right now are waiting on those W-2s so they can rush down to the tax office to possibly get a refund of some money that was already theirs. Our W-4 adjustment is really simply giving you your money up front so you can utilize it the right way when you need it without having to wait for it, So I think that once we start educating and sharing that part of it, because I'm gonna tell you, pain will move you. Pain has a purpose. I'm telling you, I'm a firm believer that once you start realizing, oh my Lord, you start praying and looking for a sign. All the while, the information is right here in your face. Don't overpay your taxes. Start using your money wisely, right? And that's what this business is about. Is helping us win just like some other people are winning.
And if you think about it like this, as far as the money during the year, let's say, at the beginning of the year, you go out and you buy all these groceries and stuff, and you're saving it because you're going to do this big cookout New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
So all year long, every time you get hungry, you got food in there, but you're like, nah, I got to wait because we're going to do it this. Why would you deprive, is deprive the right word? Why would you not eat food you have in there already because you're saving it for a celebration at the end of the year? That don't make sense.
It
In the
don't make sense.
meantime, your stomach growling. You got to go out and swipe your credit card, but you got food already here. It's the same
Mm-hmm.
principle. If
Right.
you wait until the end of the year to get that tax refund, that's just your money that they didn't stockpile for you to give you back at the end of the year. When you
Mm-hmm.
could have just said, you know what, I ain't waiting till the end of the year. God give me now.
Mm-hmm.
So when you correct that W-4, that's when you start to see the difference. So that's even without the business,
Right.
But
Yeah.
now that you're adding the business, that's opening a whole nother door
Right.
because now you get deductions. I know y'all
Yes.
done heard people say write-offs. For the
Mm-hmm.
longest, I didn't know what a write-off meant. And
Mm-hmm.
I often compare it to back when Tom Jordan was still on the radio. Every year he would do this cruise, and he would say, we're raising monies for the historically black colleges. It's tax deductible. You can write it off. I'm sitting there like, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I go for free? Or
Right.
how does that work? But a lot of times you don't want to say that because you think that everybody else understand but you.
Right.
So, needless to say, I never went on the cruise because I didn't know how much money I was going to have to come out of my pocket.
Right.
But now that I understand what a deduction or a write-off is, and it's basically where, you hear all the people say, especially with the whole Trump thing, he's trying to cut his business people a break. All of the rich people trying to give them tax breaks.
Mm-hmm.
To an extent, that's true because with the tax breaks that you get from having your own business, it puts more money in your pocket. That's just like Warren Buffett. I can't believe I remember his name.
Yeah, you
Warren
did.
Buffett is the one that he says that he pays less in income taxes than his secretary.
Right.
She was paying more. Now this man is rich.
Yeah.
How is he doing it? He has a business.
A
Now
business.
his business is on a way bigger scale than
Bigger
what we
scale.
got going.
But
But
it's the
here's
same.
the thing.
Same principle.
The principles still
All the
apply.
same. That's right.
Right. So all you got to do is take his billions and divide it by a billion, and you
Yeah.
get what we got.
I guess people be looking at this business and say $10. Nah, that can't be true. That can't be true. Well, let me break this thing down to y'all. So in network marketing, somebody has already paid the money forward. They built the business to gift it out. It's like franchising, so they made one McDonald's, right? But they
Right.
also outsource the McDonald's to other people. So this is what we're doing in my econ is the franchise fee is $10 to get started, right?
Right.
And it gets you in the door. It gets you in the door so you can start making some money with their product, right?
Right.
So look, there's no shortage. And I'm gonna tell y'all, this year is gonna be an eye-opening experience. There will be no shortages of people that need to fix their credit. There are no shortages going to be stressed out and ready to take a vacation. They're going to be, look, we got a tax prep business inside of the membership. There's going to be, you know how many people actually joined this business and didn't follow through and went to the wrong tax preparer. So we have a tax professional company inside of the membership, and you can refer them people and get paid off of that. Look, y'all, business ownership is the way to go. You cannot live off of one paycheck. And with this business, it's giving you a business, and all you have to do is share it with other people and use the product. That's what we're doing. We use the product and we share it with other people.
It's like the co-founder said, W-2 jobs were not created for you to get rich. That's not what they're there for. They're there to keep you afloat. Some of us make more than others, but usually that means we spending more money than others. We gotta, you know how it is. If you're making 7 figures, you're gonna live a 7-figure lifestyle.
Right.
If you're making 5 figures, you're gonna live
Yeah.
a 5-figure lifestyle. So it really doesn't matter how much you make on a job because it's not designed for you to get rich.
Right.
The way people gain wealth is by starting their own business. And you don't have to quit your job today because you started this business, but you're getting a foundation. And maybe when you get to be, let's say you're 25 now, maybe by 30, if you follow the strategies, that along with your regular job, you might be able to retire early. One of our former people that was really big when I first, he's not with us anymore, but he said he quit after he got out of college, he figured out quick that working for somebody else was not
That's
for
for
him.
me.
And he walked away from his job. And
Right.
it's like when you walk away, when he put that pressure on himself, like, look, I got to succeed. I don't have no job. See, we get kind of cushiony when we
Yeah.
know we got that job to fall back on.
And
But if
comfortable. Yeah.
you are a real entrepreneur and you just like, I cannot see myself working for nobody else, you gotta get out there and hustle. So the co-founders of this company built this business so anybody can get out there and get started. And like Tony said, it's almost like at $10 they gifting you a business. And the
Right.
best part about this business, like now when I got started, it was $179. And my biggest concern was, I'm like, is it $179 a month? And he was like, Tony's like, no, just one time. Then you know, when I got that first paycheck with that additional $400 on it, that already repaid that $179.
Right.
Then membership at that point was $34 a month. Tax deductible. See, I know how to use the word now.
Yeah.
So
I
when
hear
I
you.
say that means the $39.95 that you will pay to keep your website up, keep your business going, everything. When you get ready to do your taxes, that is a business expense. Because think about it. You can't have your business without that.
Right.
If you take that away, you don't have a business. So it's definitely something that you can write off. Now I know y'all thinking, like I was thinking about Tom Jones thing. You keep talking about these write-offs, but what we supposed to do between now and the next tax season?
Yeah.
Well, that's where the strategies come in because they're going to teach you how to not only lower your debt, improve your credit, they're going to teach you about making financial decisions and consequences you didn't think about. It literally changes the way you think about money. Because I'm going to tell y'all, I went to school, I have a bachelor's degree from the University of Alabama, Birmingham. It is not in money. So when I walked across that stage, I didn't automatically become a
Yeah.
money champion. So, with me not having that, I have messed up a lot of money.
Me
And
too.
I can say that honestly. And it was due to ignorance. And when I say ignorance, I mean I ain't had a knowledge. I didn't realize when I was purchasing stuff and getting these cards and doing that, how it was going to affect me down the road. So by the time I get down the road, when I'm feeling the effect, it's too late. you know? So this business, I don't care if you do have a degree in finance. I guarantee you there is something in this that maybe you didn't know that you needed a refresher on, this, that, and other. And if you are that type of person, this gonna be easy money for you because you can
Oh yeah.
teach people real quick, what to
Yep.
do. You know what you're talking about.
Yep.
So it's like the business helps you win in so many ways. The first way, it puts the money back in your pocket if you're overpaying. Second way, you gaining knowledge on improving your credit. Anytime your credit improves, that means lower interest rates when you apply for loans. Or, some of us can't even get the loan, forget the interest rate. They looking at the credit and they like, we can't. And then you're given an opportunity to make some passive income. Well, no, that wouldn't be considered passive. Passive is the investment income. But you have the opportunity when you share this business with other people, you get a little bit of an incentive. But
Right.
think about it. It may be a little bit of an incentive, but when you multiply that little incentive by the thousands of people that you can reach, on
Yes.
social media, on the
Yes.
internet,
Yeah.
period, in
Hey,
your
look, y'all.
community.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all. Look, I don't know if y'all been noticing. Please go check out my page. I in my mind, I'm doing marketing and advertising. Look, I be at work singing stuff, and it gets stuck in my head, and I say, "Oh, I got to do a TikTok video." Now, I ain't no singer, and I ain't no actor, but I do know folks like to cut up and have fun, dance. I do that too. So I got to
Mm-hmm.
show people that Tony is not all serious all the time about this
Far
money,
from it.
but I do cut up and have fun. But look, y'all, you know what I'm doing? I'm gaining more followers. And like what Melissa was saying, those followers have bills just like I do. Those
Mm-hmm.
followers love to take a vacation just like I do. You know what I'm saying? So I already know I can find a connection with just people say, "Oh, that's my favorite song." Hey, tell me some more about that money thing. So that's how I'm leaking on folks. We cut up, we
You know
laugh, have
what?
a good time. You ain't got
I
to be
don't
serious.
know. I don't know if you saw my comment from earlier today, but you had me literally laughing out loud. The one where you sit in a computer and it started ding, ding,
Oh
ding,
yeah,
and you turned into a little dance. I was like, he did good with that one. You had me
yeah.
tickled. But
I just
I got your point because you said
yeah,
every time you heard that ding, another blessing was coming in.
yeah,
So by the end of the video, it was dinging all
yeah.
over
I
the
have
place.
ball. Yeah. Who can't
Right.
get it, y'all? Who can't get excited about sharing something that helps somebody else, and they call you and say, "Tony, man, you, I got an extra couple of dollars on my paycheck. Man, my credit score went up. I just bought a house. I paid my
Mm-hmm.
call." Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm going to say this one day and say, "Hey, look, I fired my boss. I ain't working for nobody else no more. I got a couple of $100,000 in the bank, and I'm good. And I want to share this information. Hopefully, that may motivate you, and it might not. But
Right.
that's my story. That's my story.
And let me also say this for those of you who are thinking, I don't like to sell stuff, and nobody's gonna sign up. Here's a secret. Nobody has to sign up.
Yeah.
Let me put it like this. Even if nobody signs up, you got tumbleweeds going all across your website. As long as you are making introducing the business to people, kind of like we're doing right now, putting up your posts on social media, that's free advertising.
Mm-hmm.
Get you some business cards. Tony got the what you call it, the thing
Oh,
you
the,
started
the
using.
scan, the
The
QR code.
scan code. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
got the
yeah,
barcode thing. So the only thing that the IRS requires or the government requires for you to have a business is one, that you are attempting to make a profit. Believe it or not, every time we turn this camera on, even though it don't be a soul in the chat a lot of times,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
are attempting to make a profit because you know
That's
what?
right.
Later on, somebody might come through and it just pop up on that thing, and somebody might be like, "Let me see what they're talking about." But
Right,
whether that happens or not, we fulfill that part of the business. The other part of the business is tracking, have a good tracking method for your expenses.
right.
Now, I mentioned earlier the cash flow manager. Tony and I were having a conversation earlier about StreamYard. They done lost their rabbit ass mind and went up on their
Look,
price.
yeah,
But you know what? Because we use StreamYard for this business, it hit a little differently when you know you can write it off and you can get that money back when you do your taxes. Now, what we were talking about is, a lot of people might be like, yeah, that's good for next year, but what about this $45 coming out of my account right
right
now?
now. Yeah.
That is where all of your strategies come in because you looking at big picture now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we look at what's gonna happen tomorrow, what's gonna happen next week. When you have your own business, you looking at 10 years down the line.
Mm-hmm.
I I ain't gonna worry about tomorrow. I got a big picture I'm working on. So if
Mm-hmm.
your big picture is have my house paid off, my credit good, start some generational wealth for my kids, this is what you need to do. That 9 to 5, I don't know how to break it to you. It might get you some of those things, but it ain't gonna
So
it
this
ain't gonna
this is a perfect example. You just said it's just like I can invest $1,000 in my business, and let's say not tonight, maybe next week or 2 months or 3 months from now, I'm at $100,000 off $1,000 investment.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's almost
Yep.
like when you apply these strategies and you're investing in your business, and all you have to do is just share it with the right people that need or want what you have, you can easily get to those numbers because of social media. We can reach out. This video, it may not have 1 or 2 people on there, but it's going to play as long as it's up, and you never know who's watching. You see what I'm saying? It could be a pastor of a church that has a congregation of 500 people, and let's say that pastor say, I like everything you were saying, talking about generational wealth, God's plan over our life to be prosperous. He shares that with his church members, and all the church members join the business. Guess what? I just had 501 people join my business because we're all connected. Network marketing to me is really like the new money. It's like old traditional ways of getting up, going to work, punching the clock, you know, it's kind of like phasing out. It's technology based now. When you look at all of the companies that have went out of business, it's because they have an online presence now, and nobody's coming in and clocking in and helping you try on shoes no more. They buying them and they come into the front door. You see what I'm saying?
And you know what? Even for people that are in sales, you know, that years ago was going from door to door selling encyclopedias, vacuum cleaners, whatever. They would have loved to have this social media we have right now, because instead of them knocking on 50 doors, they can put up a single post on Facebook and reach
50,000.
Yes. So, you know, there are so many advantages. And then I think about, we always make an effort, not just because I waited till I got old to learn all this, but because young people are so tech savvy. Y'all spending all that time on your phone anyway. You posting what movie you saw, what restaurant you went to. All of that is free advertising for somebody else's business. You can start this business and you can start advertising for yourself. Because when you tell somebody what you binge watching on Netflix, guess what? They're not gonna give you a cut. But they charging us, what we up to now? $23 a month?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And think about it. We have made millions for them because I myself personally have been on my news feed, and I started seeing this catchphrase like Bridgerton. What is this Bridgerton everybody talking about? I sat down and binge watched it in 1 weekend. Now, all those people that was putting that on their page, they're not going to get credit for that. But in a business like ours, if we're telling you credit repair, and people decide to get it, that is going to put some money in your pocket.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, if enough people do it. And the other thing that we aim for is, you know, a lot of you guys already have successful businesses from a production standpoint. Like, let's say you're doing Avon or Mary Kay, and your phone stay ringing off the hook. You getting repeat business on your website, or it could be something else. It could be, what's another business people do? You may have a service where you washing cars or something, and you got no shortage in supplies, or what the really big thing, because folks don't want to cut their own grass no more. Let's say you got a lawn care service, and you doing that, and you breaking in the money from your customers, but you don't realize that you can write off your mileage. You don't realize that any supplies you buy is a write-off. You know, all of the little things that you don't know. For $39.95 a month, this business is going to open it up for you. You may be writing down every customer you got on a piece of paper. And at the end of the year, you're looking for all these, or you got this one notebook. Well, when you start this business, now you got the cash flow manager, which just made your tracking easier. So you don't have to necessarily join this business for this part of it. But if you already have a business, I want you to think about this. Let's say you coming in and they telling you, okay, you're doing so good, we're gonna pay you $10,000 for every, let's say, 5,000 views you get. And you're like, bet, I can do that. So you come in, you got all this money, whatever. So when you walk in, you see all this money on the table. They count you out your stacks, but it's still money on the table, and you like, what is that?
Right.
Oh, that's the money you could have got if you had wrote off your cell phone, or if you had wrote off your streaming thing you paid for, or if you put your gas mileage. And you sitting there like, so that's mine too. Oh, it could have been if you was
Yeah.
tracking or if you knew about it.
See,
So
it could have
it's
been.
like, it's like, yeah, that stack you getting is good, but at the same time, you still leaving money on the table. Why
Right.
would you want to do that when you already good at what you got? That's just gonna be extra money you put in your pocket.
That's right.
And every time we do this, we end up meeting somebody that has a business already. And the first thing they say, I didn't know you could write that off.
Right.
These people that been in business for years had no clue.
Yeah, because I think at some point a lot of people rely so solely on their tax preparer, or some of them like to throw that word around. I got a accountant, CPA handling all of that. But at some point, you're gonna have to take know a little bit more about what you can write out, so you won't be throwing away valuable receipts and stuff like that you could track for yourself.
That's like the first thing that pops in my head is R. Kelly. This man had so many songs, so many hits. That last time when he got picked up, somebody else that ran a daycare had to give him the money. He didn't realize what those people that were managing his money was doing with his money. And that happens a lot. If you're counting on a CPA or you got a money person, it's nice flex to be able to say, oh, I got somebody to handle all this. But do you know they're handling it appropriately? And I'm not saying they trying to swindle you. They may just not have the knowledge. Because I'll be honest, we have learned over the years, not all tax preparers are created equal.
That's right.
It depends on what their area is. Like if they're used to doing people that are, the typical, I got 3 kids, I'm going to get $6,000 back. Those people not always are going to have a business. So if they don't have to encounter with people that have a business, that's not going to be their sharpest thing they're on. They're going to have to research. Let me get back to you on that. Okay, you might have somebody else that only does home-based businesses, and you come through and ask them about something related to the job, they gotta do some research on that. So all I'm saying is no to accountants or tax persons or whatever. And you've seen the advertising just like I have when it's tax season and they're looking for people to come to H&R Block to get trained to do taxes in 6 weeks. So you gonna trust this person to do your taxes, and I done had 6 weeks worth of training. I wouldn't go to me.
And you know what I really love about the co-founder of MyEcon, so he talked, the reason why he brought on the tax prep business, because he knew people were kind of like going to the wrong people and not getting the right benefits out of their business. And so having that business is like a game changer for us, y'all. And then they know how much people are being charged. So now we can offer a better rate, and we can also get commission for it, because we know, it's leverage. It's about leverage income, y'all. It's like, now I understand I got to have multiple streams of income. I've been throwing around this Bible verse. I only know about 2 or 3, but the one, Ecclesiastes 11:2, is talking about having multiple streams of income, and you never know what disaster comes across the land. You got to be prepared. And it was talking about diversifying your income streams, not having like a job. You need to be able to use your gifts and talents, and I was like, man, that is powerful to know that we're operating on not a wealth principle, but a biblical principle when we talk about building wealth generationally and
it makes sense.
invest. Yeah.
It makes sense. When the Lord said, go be fruitful and multiply, he was talking about money too.
Yeah, he wasn't talking about having a bunch of babies for real. You know what I'm saying? A lot of folk got this. Yeah, I'm gonna drop my seed down. You say make some babies. No, he was talking about some other stuff you could be doing. Yeah.
And when we start talking about accounts, one of my favorite stories that you tell is when you went on your vacation and you said you came back and your tax person was telling you could not write your trip off. It was Hawaii, right?
Right.
And not only was it a business trip, but while he was there, he acquired new business partners. So if that don't seal the deal, I
Right.
done went on plenty of trips and ain't nobody signed up with me, but it's still a business expense because I attempted to make a profit.
Right.
This man then went over there and signed people up, and his accountant gonna tell him he can't do that. And Fester Clopton over here had to pull out his school books and learn something.
Oh, I was
Let
like,
me
oh,
learn
really?
you something.
Well, hold on a minute. Hey, I was like, hold on a second here. Let me
Publication 460 or which one is it? The one
yeah,
back then?
463. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember right 463. I read from front to back, and I said, man, I
Exactly.
think somebody informed you wrong.
And see what it is, he probably hadn't had a lot of people come through that do what we do.
Right.
So, and then depending on how old it was, shoot, back when he went through school, they didn't have computers. So,
Crazy. But
so
yeah, I
you
get
don't know about
excited.
all this.
I'm telling you, man, I done learned so much, and I'm confident with the information because I didn't just hear it. I read it for myself, and that's when you really get convicted when you see it and applying it, and you seeing the fruits of it. You seeing the results from what you're using. Man, look, tomorrow, y'all, and then we've been on a little bit longer than we supposed to, but
They ain't got
tomorrow,
nothing to do. They in the middle of a winter storm.
yeah, we're in the middle of a storm. So this is like God is like working this thing out because a lot of folks say, hey, I'd love to take a look at this business, but I ain't got time. How about if you ain't got to go to work, you ain't got nothing but time. You can't make no money. They already told you stay at home, eat them eggs and all that milk and bread y'all done bought.
Make them milk and bread sandwiches.
Yeah, and just and learn this information, but go ahead and sign up, y'all. Look.
But you know what? You just brought up another good point. The state of Alabama is under an emergency. They didn't cease everything. But you know who's still in business and still working?
Who that?
Me and you.
That's right.
Because what's going on out there ain't got nothing to do with us getting on this phone and doing this live. So
that's right.
It don't stop. It didn't stop during C-19. It don't stop because we're going to have a new president. It does not stop. The only thing that'll make it stop is if you ain't doing it.
That's right. Hey, I'm telling y'all, I think 2025 is going to be an eye-opener for a lot of people. And some of the stuff that we was saying, people may be listening now. Like, wait a minute. Now, you saying something about that. Hey, I need to get another plan B in motion because my job is already cutting back hours and they laying folks off. And, there's a lot of stuff going to be going on and we need to be prepared,
Good. We had a staff meeting today and they were talking to us because the company I work for is recently joined, how they do the mergers and stuff. So they were saying, they were talking about raises. Like, okay, y'all used to get them in January. Now it's looking like the streamline things, they're going to get them in March. And she said, but I do have some good news. Nobody's salary is being decreased. I'm like, I didn't even know that was on the table. I should be happy because my salary, why would y'all be decreasing my salary? But that's the time we in right now. So they came back and told you, look, we want to keep you, but we don't have to cut about 10% of your money. You just scratching your head like,
oh man.
Well, I guess I gotta do it. I mean, if either that, I ain't got no job, right?
Right.
And if we're in an economy where more than this one job is doing it, how easy you think it's gonna be to find another? And then don't get me started on AI. AI don't ask for no days off. AI don't get no raise.
Right.
Artificial intelligence is a computer. So if they looking at, we can take this job function and put it in a computer setting where we ain't got to hear nobody calling in because their baby got a cold. We ain't got to hear about people calling when stores. All of that. Oh, so yeah, they ain't got to hear. You got to take the dog to the vet because he ate something. And the computer don't ask for days off. So think about it now, y'all. we in a different world. We finna understand. We finna undergo. Not that we. Well, I was finna say new leadership. We've had him before, but
Yeah. Ooh,
we got a whole new team of folks thinking for him now. So
I'm
it
trying to
may
tell
not
you.
be the same experience that we had years ago, but either way, even when he won, I was like, I was okay with it. So I'm like, I know how to. Not saying that I'm just be all end all, but I know how to assess my financial situation and figure out what I need to do to have sustainability. Even if my income don't grow, I know strategies to keep it from going under.
That's right. That's right. But so I don't go back. So my job cut us back to 11 o'clock. I go to work at 11. So I will probably be up in the morning anyway, and I'm gonna probably do another live. I got that $1,000. My wife is on her way home, so I can't be talking real loud. So yeah, I'm investing $1,000. I'm looking for. So how many people can I get with 1,000? If it's $10, that's 100 people.
It's after 5 o'clock. Don't nobody pay me to do
I
no
think it's
calculation.
100 people. I can get 100 people in with $10 investment. So go ahead, sign up. I'm gonna drop the link at the end of this feed in the comment section.
And y'all go to Tony's. Yeah, I don't care if you go to Facebook, TikTok, wherever you go.
Yeah.
Tony got enough videos that while you under this state of emergency, that'll keep you entertained and educated from now until Sunday. That's how many videos.
Yeah, I got a couple.
He gonna learn something.
I got a couple.
Yeah.
But yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all. Hey, so y'all go ahead and get started. My wife and made it home. I gotta go and play.
Yeah, because that $10 that you said you're gonna give away, everybody gonna be jumping on it.
Yeah, hey, I'm ready to hurt me if you can.
See, I'm trying to look out for you. I ain't said $1,000. I said that $10 you gonna give.
All right. So we want to thank the thousands of people that actually came on today, and I know y'all out there, and y'all probably gonna be watching it later on. But share the live, share it out. If anybody interested, if you're not interested and ready to go, that need credit and cash flow, tell them to hit us up. I'm ready to go.
And let me take this opportunity to say, like you said, we're going into 10 years with this. I appreciate you introducing this business to me.
Very well.
Because it has completely turned my financial situation around. Y'all want to be able to say that to somebody? Get started today.
Okay. My girl, I appreciate you coming on. And if you're up in the morning about 5 o'clock, hit me up. All right, y'all.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right, y'all. We'll talk to y'all later.
All right. This tomorrow last day, y'all. That's it.
That's
After tomorrow, no join for $10.
Yeah, I think it go up to $24.95 or something like that. I think it's going up. So hey, go and get the deal. All right. Exactly. I'm out of here.
Okay. Bye, y'all.
I ain't got no intro, no outro, so I'm just
gonna hit the button.
Yeah.